Hi, I'm Tony Inman. I'm the Mindset Coach here at Energised Mind Body, and I'd like to welcome you to this new exciting 8-week challenge that is the springboard for you to be able to review the way you look at your fitness, your health and your well-being. So, why is it important that we look at this area? Well, one of the things we start off with mindset coaching is talking about what are the key values that you hold dear. What are the things that you consider to be the most important in your life? Now, I would hope that if we went through and came up with a list of things, probably things like family, friends, but it might be the things that you're passionate about, your interests, might be your work, might be travel, could be a number of things. But you'd hope that somewhere along in that top list would be health and fitness. Now, if it's not, that might explain why you may have neglected it and why you're feeling the need to embark on this program. So there's so many things going on in our lives these days. We're so busy and we're juggling so many balls in the air that sometimes people come up with the excuse that I'm just too busy to do any exercise. I'm too busy to take the time to cook the right foods, and so exercise and nutrition can be left by the wayside. Well, the fact that you've done something about it and you're embarking on this program is a great start. It means you have the potential to change, and there's something within you that desires to make a change, make a difference in your life. So where do I come in? Well, I've just introduced myself. As I said, I'm Tony Inman. I work I have my own business where I do business and life coaching. So I help typically owners of small businesses, medium-sized businesses to grow their business. But I like to contextualize that work within your overall life. So to me, your business should be part of getting you the results that you want in your life. In other words, it's a means to an end. Now, it's all well and good going and building your business or developing your career and going on well and achieving well in those things. But what if you don't have your health at the end of it? What if you can build the most successful business around, but if you suddenly keel over with a heart attack or some form of cancer or horrible illness, then it's not going to do you much good, is it? Having all the money in the world is not going to help if you don't have your health. And yet it tends to be something that we take for granted. And that's why it's so important to have challenges like this, where we get that external assistance, we get that inspiration, that motivation. We bind our goal setting with working with other people in the same team to try and achieve the same result. And that can link us to a society or an organisation, in this case our own little community of people who are like-minded, who are all trying to achieve the same kind of thing. And that therefore will help you to consolidate your motivation to follow through and make it happen. So Martin and I, when we were talking about this, we decided that mindset is a crucial element. We've got 4 elements that we talk about in Energised Mind Body. We have our exercise program. We have nutrition, which is very important to back up the work that you're doing out there, developing your muscles and getting yourself fit and toned again. It's no good doing all that exercise and then going off to McDonald's or something and eating some fast food. So nutrition's a key element. A fundamental that Martin will talk to you more about is the water component, having the right water, which really is, that one blew me out of the water, literally, to use a pun, when I saw what was involved in that and how much of a difference it can make to your overall health. But the starting point, and why Martin and I spoke about this at length, was it all starts with a decision. It starts with your decision that you've made to come on this program. Now, we want to make sure that we give you the best possible chance of succeeding in achieving your goals. So we do have a mindset program where I do go into more detail and more depth with you as an individual to work on your specific set of circumstances. But what we felt was, okay, some people may just want to sort of stick their toe in at first and test out the water, so to speak, and perhaps they're not ready yet to embark on a full mindset personal development type program. So we wanted to give you a little bit of a taster that we've thrown in as part of the bonus on the on the 8-week challenge program that you've embarked on. So we've included an element of mindset here. So one of the things I want to work through, you have a questionnaire. We're going to talk you through how to fill in that questionnaire, and it's quite a straightforward, simple one. But the idea is to get you thinking about, why is this exercise program, why is the nutrition program, why is the whole 8-week challenge important to you? And if you stick at it and see it through and hopefully achieve the goals that you're setting out to achieve, what will that then do for you in your life going forwards? Is it something you're just going to do for 8 weeks and then stop? Or is this the start of something new for you, something that will improve your well-being and your quality of life, and hopefully your longevity of life as well? So we'll quickly talk through the questionnaire, the Mindset Questionnaire for participants in the 8-week challenge. There's a 3-page form there to fill in. There's a little introduction on the start of the first page there, explaining what the program's about and why we're welcoming you to it. Then question 1, 2 and 3, fairly straightforward, name, age and gender. That's to personalise the answers to you. And then for question 4, that's probably the only one that needs a bit of explanation. We just want you to, on the left hand side, to just run through those answers A through to T and tick any or all that apply. With T, that's other, so anything that you can think of as a reason why you're doing this 8-week questionnaire that we may have missed, and you can elaborate on that. And then on the right hand side, the right hand column where it says rank here, we'd just like you to go through and pick what you think would be your top 3 reasons as to why you are embarking on this 8-week challenge, and just number them in order 1, 2 and 3. So it might be that you've ticked perhaps all of them down the left hand side. You might decide that, A, I want to lose weight, D, I want to tone up my body, and G, I want a flat stomach. Those might be the top 3 reasons. So you just tick those mark them as 1, 2 and 3. And then we go on to reading through the about the SMART goals, about the system that we use, why it has to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, timed, and then break it down into the steps required. So you read on through the example there that I've given of my goals, where it is, the last day, planning it ahead as if you've set this goal and you've already achieved it. So looking ahead to the end of the 8 weeks, so wording this as if you are looking back on it in the future and you have already achieved the goal that you set out to achieve, with some specifics there in terms of perhaps the amount of weight you want to lose, or some exercises that you might be able to increase, like the number of push-ups you can do, or sit-ups, or whatever it might be, depending on the area of the body that you're really trying to focus in on. If there is one area, it might be the whole body. And then at the end, the why this goal is important to me. So again, just read through the example template that's been put there, and we'll get you to write how you feel at the end of the week. So you're projecting in advance how you think you're going to feel having achieved the goal that you're setting out for yourself, so that you're looking back on it as if you've already done it, and wording it in that way, and wording all the benefits that you can think of there about how you feel about the whole experience. Now, the more you can bring in all of the 5 senses there, if you could close your eyes and actually see in your mind's eye yourself there as a slimmer, trimmer self, feeling good, feeling healthy, you can picture yourself perhaps standing down at the park there at Langley Park, or in a place that has a particular meaning to you. It might be your own back garden, or sitting by a poolside with your bathers on holiday in Tenerife, or wherever it might be. So whatever this goal is that's important to you and why it's important to you, visualize it as if you've already achieved it, and in your mind's eye use as many senses as you can to create the feeling and the sense as if you're dreaming it, but it's actually real and it's happened. And hold on to that picture, and that's what we're looking to achieve. Now, it's got to be realistic. If you weigh 200 kilos and you're going to be wanting to be 100 kilos by the end of the 8 weeks, that's probably not going to happen that fast for you. So if you're not unsure about what is potentially realistic for you to set as a goal, then have a chat with the trainers or with myself, and we can work something out that you think is attainable, and then you can actually have that goal in mind and go for it. And once you've written this little message to yourself about how you're going to feel at the end of the 8 weeks, I want you to keep that with you on perhaps a little piece of paper, fold it up maybe, have it in your wallet or your purse, and pull it out and look at it every day. If you can have it as a screensaver on your computer, or better still, put it on a piece of paper and mount it on the wall up above your workstation. Wherever you're going to look, up and to the right would be usually the best. I'll explain more about why of that in the course, but have it somewhere where you're going to see it and glance at it, even catch it in your peripheral vision, just to remind you of what you're working towards. And if you can look at that every day and get clear about that and really start to believe that is what you're going to achieve, there's a much better chance that that's what you are going to achieve. And that's why we're here to help you. And I wish you every success with this program. So what we're going to do for you with this 8-week challenge program, we're going to look at one of the aspects of mindset, which is your self-talk. Okay, and we're going to look at, you know, the things that you say to yourself inside your own head. Now those can either empower you or they can disempower you. What do I mean by that? Well, that little voice may just come into your head when it's rolling around the time of day where you're about to go out and do the fitness workout, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, I've had a hard night, I've had a long day at work, I'm really a bit tired, I can't really be bothered, and you know, it looks like it might rain, and all those little things that can come up. So you start to get all these little voices coming into your head and telling you, reinforcing that you don't really feel like making the effort to go out and do that exercise program that you've committed to. Now that's where having a few tools and techniques can help. Certainly being part of a community can help, where you don't want to let down the rest of the team by not showing up. That's a great way of reinforcing, making sure that you do turn up, is to be part of something bigger than yourself. If it's just you going to the gym, very often you might give in to those little voices and go, nah, I can't be bothered to go tonight, and well, it doesn't really matter, it's only affecting me anyway. Now, if there's a team of people going and you don't want to let down the rest of the team by having a poor turnout, you will perhaps make that effort when you wouldn't have done on your own. And that's perhaps why so many people make that mistake of joining a gym, and that's as far as they get. They don't actually go to the gym. And you'll find with fitness programs, it's not enough to just join the gym, you actually have to go and do some exercise as well for it to work. Funny that. So what we do is we tackle that issue of self-talk, and part of that we've approached within the questionnaire is to look at really, why is this important to you? What is it about doing this 8-week challenge that's really going to affect your life in a good way? And reinforcing that the outcome of making this effort, so that it becomes more important to you than when you get those little voices that tell you not to go. So that's what I mean by you can have empowering voices going, yes, I really want to do this, I know it's important, I want to get into that pair of jeans that I haven't been able to wear for the last 3 years, and that in itself might be enough to drive you to make the effort to go, you know what, I know I don't really feel like it tonight, but I'm going to go anyway. And from experience, we all get it. Those are the nights when you actually come back going, I'm so glad I went, I had a fantastic time, I really did. And so having, making it fun is a large part of the equation as well. So one of the things that we've used here is, you may have heard, or some of you may well know a bit about it, is a thing called NLP. So if you haven't heard about it, NLP is something that I'm actually a qualified master practitioner in and a trainer of NLP. NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming or Patterning. So what that means is the neuro part of it is all the neurological side, the connections that we form in the synapses of our brain, where our physiology and our brain are very much connected. So we tend to repeat patterns of behavior based on previous experiences. And so, in a given set of circumstances, we tend to react mostly the same way. And we can actually interrupt those patterns and change some of our habits. Like the habit might be that you sit down to watch a movie and you find yourself suddenly starting to eat popcorn or chocolate or something. we can look at those kind of patterns, why they come about, and we can interrupt and we can break it and we can change and form a new pattern. And so that, if you need to nibble on something, you might nibble on some nuts or something, or some fruit instead, rather than on something that's going to put on weight for you. The linguistic part is the language, and that is not just the verbal language, it's all the non-verbal elements as well. The interactions that we have, the gestures that we make, the way we hold ourselves, our posture, everything tells people, gives away things about your physiology, about how, it explains how you're feeling inside. And that's quite often where we can, for example, we might meet somebody and we think, oh, they seem a bit dodgy, there's something a bit not right about them, or they're not telling the truth or something, and they haven't actually said anything that would lead us to think that. What we're picking up on is all the non-verbal signals that we're gleaning from them without really even doing it on a conscious level. We're just picking it up subconsciously. The patterning or programming is often the result of childhood, but certainly of previous experiences where we've formed beliefs about ourselves. Beliefs like, that I can't do that. Usually it's around I can't do something. Or we label ourselves. We all say something like I'm shy, or I'm too shy to stand up and talk to a group of people, or I can't go and exercise because I'm too overweight. Now there's an interesting self-destructive pattern. If you form the belief that you're too overweight to even start, then surely that's only just going to get worse, isn't it? If you neglect it, if you don't do any exercise, you're going to get even more overweight eventually, and get to the point where you can't exercise. So that's a really interesting one, but it does come up. Why do people feel so self-conscious that they can't take the action that would lead to them feeling better about themselves? So some of the issues that come up, and some of the things that with the training that we've incorporated some NLP tools and techniques to help you to, some of the things we talk about, things like anchoring, so connecting a positive experience in your brain to the action of doing something. So one we came up with is, we do an exercise that Martin Ball, our head trainer, loves to put us through, is the plank exercise, where you have to hold yourself in a rigid position and tighten your core stomach muscles. And so my partner Joe and I jokingly refer to that as chocolate now. So we're going to have some chocolate. Certainly makes us smile and think about it in a different way. Rather than something horrible to endure, it becomes a bit of a challenge, and we laugh about it. So we actually have found it's a way of dealing with going through the ordeal of the exercise and coming out feeling good about it. So just an example, little things that we do or say, and very much the things that we say can have a huge impact, particularly the things that we say within our own head. So some of the stuff that we work on is when you catch yourself saying something negative or limiting, we look at that and we say, okay, how could we reword that from now onwards? And we could say that differently, so that we actually feel better about it and feel more empowered to take the action that we're looking to take. So one of the other key elements that I want to briefly touch on today is the fact that when you become fitter and healthier in your body, you will also at the same time become fitter and healthier and sharper in your mind. And you will feel better, because when you're exercising, you have endorphins going through your body. Martin, our trainer, will tell you more about the sort of the chemical processes within our body and our fitness levels. But you're oxygenating your cells, you're just generally feeling a lot better about life when you start doing a bit of exercise, especially if you haven't been doing it for a while, and it might be an area that you've neglected. Your body actually, it feels almost as if it's thanking you for putting that effort in and regenerating it all. So it fits in with our philosophy that we want to improve people's lives. We want to take you on a journey. We want to find that the people who come through the Energised Mind Body community come out with a whole different approach to life, with a better sense of wellness, in better physical shape, and internally as well as externally. So that's where the nutrition side of it comes in, but also in terms of your mind and your thinking. And if you're sharper and feeling better, you will therefore be more effective. So your career should benefit, your relationships will benefit, and overall it's just a fantastic outcome, and that's what we're looking to achieve. So with the full-on mindset programs that I also run in conjunction with this program here, we go into more detail with that. I have personally coached hundreds of business owners and thousands of staff over the years to improve their lives in various ways. And in fact, I was briefly a mentor at Curtin University's Centre for Entrepreneurship. And last year I wrote a book entitled "If Life's Worth Doing, It's Worth Doing Well." So it's fundamental to my values is to help other people to maximise their potential. And we feel that with the program we've put together and the support team that you have here at Energised Mind Body, you have the starting blocks there of taking your career or your business in a whole new direction, because you as the leader will be energised and able to achieve far more. So by now you'll fill out your form, and this is for you. It's to help you to consolidate within your own head why you have embarked upon this 8-week challenge. And everything I was talking about before, about self-talk, about NLP, we are looking at this word here, philosophy. What are you going to change within your personal philosophy about how you look after yourself, about how you invest in your greatest asset, which is your own body, your own mind, your own spirit. Moving forwards, this could be the start of something big for you. We're excited to have you on the program. If at any stage you have any questions, anything you want to know, there's no such thing as a stupid question, just a question, because if you think that you need to ask it, then it's not stupid, it's important, and there's probably several other people wanting to ask the same question. If you don't feel that you want to ask in public, in front of the group, then simply at the end of the session go and see your trainer or come and see me, any of the team at Energised Mind Body, and ask the question, and you'll probably find that there's other people wanting that same information. And you know, it might even be that we make that one of the questions that we talk about in the next newsletter or something in general terms for other people to benefit from as well. So make the most of this program. It's the program for you. It's time for you. It's your time to shine, your time to move forwards and make the changes that you want in your life and make them last. Thank you.